ಶ್ರೀ ಗಣೇಶ ಶಾರದಾ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ರಾಮಾಯ ರಾಮಭದ್ರಾಯ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರಾಯ ವೇದಸೆ ರಘುನಾಥಾಯ ನಾಥಾಯ ಸೀತಾಯ ಪತಯೇ ನಮಃ. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 58 of Yuddhakanda. After the killing of Dhumraksha, Vajradamshra, Akampana, Ravana decided to send Prahasta with a large army. Prahasta, accompanied by four of his great warriors, he proceeded towards Nila, who was waiting on the eastern gate, who is also a commander in the army of Vanara, like Prahasta is the commander in the army of Titans. Beholding Prahasta setting out with martial order, the conqueror Rama, smiling, inquired the Vibhishana, saying, "Who is this Colossus surrounded by an immense army? Who with such speed, valor, and courage advances so swiftly? Make known to me this brave ranger of the night." On his inquiry, Vibhishana answered, "Prahasta is the name of this Titan. He is the leader of the army, and a third of the forces belong to the king of the Titans accompanies him. He is courageous, a master of the science of weapons, and a warrior renowned for his prowess. While the terrible Prahasta of formidable exploits advanced roaring, that Colossus, surrounded by his troops, was observed by the great and powerful army of monkeys who began to emit cries of defiance. Swords, lances, daggers, spears, darts, maces, bulldozers, uh, bludgeons, bars, javelins, and axes of every kind with many different bows glittered in the hands of the Titans, who, desirous of victory, fell upon the monkeys. Trees in flower, rocks, huge and heavy stones were the weapons of the Plavangamas, who were burning to fight, and as they approached each other, a formidable struggle arose between those innumerable combatants who showered down a hail of stones and arrows. In the conflict, countless titans caused the death of thousands of mighty monkeys, and countless monkeys destroyed as many titans. Some of the combatants fell under the lances, others under great arrows. Some were struck down by the blows of bars, others cloven by axes. Deprived of their life's breath, they lay on the earth, their hearts transfixed or cut to pieces by the avalanche of missiles. And those monkeys fell on the earth, cut into by the strokes of swords, their sides torn open by those bold titans, and they, on their part, full of fury, overthrew the enemy ranks, heaping the earth with them, and they struck at them with trees and crags, administering thundering slaps and terrific blows with their fists, so that the Titans blinded their faces, ashamed, vomiting blood. Thereafter, an appalling clamor arose, and amid cries of pain and leonine roars, the monkeys and titans each maddened, their features distorted, following the path of heroes, conducted themselves with great courage. Narantaka, Kumbhahanu, Mahanada, and Sumanyata, Prahasta's companions, decimated those inhabitants of the woods, hurling themselves on the monkeys in rage, destroying them. And Dvivida struck down one of them named Narantaka. Then the ape Durmukha, leaping up in his turn, with a ready hand struck Sumannata with a great tree. Jambavan, in the height of anger, seizing a huge stone, hurled it with force on Mahanada's chest, and on his aid, the valiant Kumbhahanu was attacked, having attacked the general Tara, who was armed with a huge tree, received a blow that cost him his life. Thus, the uh, four generals of Prahasta's army passed away. Infuriated by the quadruple murder, Mahasta, who stood in his chariot with a bow held in his hand, caused a dreadful havoc among the monkeys, and the two armies became a vortex resembling a roaring tempest over a vast ocean. In that great battle, the Titan, intoxicated with combat, in his fury annihilated the monkeys under the immense avalanche of arrows. Corpses of monkeys and titans heaped ground and covered it like hideous mountains, and the earth, running with the blood which inundated it, shone in the mouth of spring when covered by the blossoming Palasha trees. With the heaps of warriors for its banks, the broken weapons its trees, the torrents of blood its huge waves, death appeared like an ocean receiving its floods. Livers and spleens its mire, entrails its moss, severed heads and trunks the fish, the morsels of flesh the grass, innumerable vultures its lovely swans, herons its geese, covered as it was with fat, for the foam, the tumult, the sound of its waters, the battlefield resembled a river incapable of being crossed, visited by waterfowl at the end of the rainy season. The foremost of the Titans and the monkeys crossed over that impossible river as elephants lead their herds across a lake that the lotuses have covered with pollen. Meanwhile, Prahasta, standing in his chariot, letting fly countless shafts, scattering the Plavangamas, was observed by Nila, and like unto a violent wind, the general of the Titans beheld Nila advancing on him like a mass of clouds in the sky, directing his chariot bright as the sun towards him, that foremost of archers, stretching his bow in the mid of the fray, covered Nila with its barbed shafts, which piercing him in their rapid flight, passed through his body, and like furious serpents buried themselves in the earth with great spurts. Then, when Neela was wounded by those pointed shafts resembling tongues of fire, that huge and mighty monkey brandishing a tree struck that exceedingly redoubtable Prahasta who had set upon him with such fury. Roaring with anger under his blows, that lion among titans overwhelmed the monkey chief with a rain of arrows, and the shower of missiles loosed by that cruel demon was received by the monkey with closed eyes. Like a bull standing under a sudden autumnal downpour, so under that intolerable rain of darts, Neela immediately closed his eyes, suffering it though it was scarce to be endured. Mad with rage under the hail of arrows, the great and mighty monkey, arming himself with a sala tree, struck down Prahasta's horses, and thereafter, his heart surging with anger, he severed the bow of that barbarian, shouting again and again. Deprived of his bow, Hasta, the leader of the army, seizing a formidable mace, leaped down from his chariot, and those two generals facing each other, adversaries full of courage, their limbs covered with blood, like unto two elephants with broken tusks, tore each other with their sharp teeth. Lion and tiger in deed, lion and tiger in prowess, these two warriors, vanquishers of the other heroes, intrepid combatants, thirsting for fame, resembled Vritra and Vasava. Meanwhile, Prahasta, with a supreme effort, struck Nila on the forehead with his mace, causing the blood to flow. Whereupon that powerful monkey, his limbs covered with gore, seized a great tree and struck Prahasta full in the chest with fury. He, however, not heeding the impact, brandishing an enormous iron bar, hurled himself on the valiant Plavangama. Seeing him advancing towards him with terrific bounds, full of rage, the mighty monkey Nila snatched up a great rock which he swiftly threw at the head of his bellicose opponent, armed with a mace. Loosed by that monkey chief, that immense and formidable stone broke into several pieces on Prahasta's head, and the Titan, deprived of breath, luster, strength, and consciousness, instantly fell on the earth like a tree severed at the root. From his riven head and body the blood flowed so that it resembled a torrent falling from a mountain. Prahasta being slain by Nila, the invincible and mighty army of the Titans, bereft of joy, fled to Lanka, their leader having succumbed, nor could they be stayed, as the waters of the sea may not be stemmed by a broken dike. Their leaders slain, the Titans in disconsolate regained abode of their sovereign, dumb and dispirited, plunged in an ocean of burning grief. They appeared to have lost their wits. Triumphant warrior Nila, however, on his return, was honored by Rama and Lakshmana, who accompanied him and experienced supreme joy. Thus come to the end, chapter 58 of Yuddhakanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime.